ball to start the drive.
And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
3 and out, real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equanimeous St. Brown. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Mahomes.
This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
Running left, it's Hall.
And a short gain down to about the 33.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Micah Parsons
racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll try and run here with Swift.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. They snap it to Stafford.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's
under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Micah Parsons.
Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes.
That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, he gets it left side to Johnson. 2 yards on the pickup there. 3rd and 7 now. Here's Stafford. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Now a 1st down throw complete downfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 2 jump plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Stafford going to give it to Swift. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, 22! 40 got 32! To the middle, let's go!
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Open man, he completes it to Judy. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now. Play action, Stafford. This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up for the 1st and goal.
Swift will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
32! Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line. Monday!
On 2nd and goal, Stafford, that's caught at the 1. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Dee Eskridge with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have moved out in front. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 2nd and a couple, Mahomes. Open man, completes it to Claypool. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On the counter, it's Hall. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Mahomes now to throw. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Chase Claypool with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-7. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. 32. Now a
first down throw. Stafford. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. Touchdown, Falcons. Juwan Johnson as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. And oh, he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes.
Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing is Stafford. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put in.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And that is incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a two-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
And they'll send the slot in motion left. On fourth down, Stafford.
He's got his man, Thornton.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
So after the big play on fourth, here's 1st and 10.
Stafford. Complete. It's Johnson.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Now Stafford. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons.
Tyquan Thornton
from 10 yards out. More now to add the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
They make their second half debut here. Things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realize what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a free-possession game.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They'll give to Hall. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go.
Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jonathan Jones.
And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Falcons on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Stafford. Slant route, and he finds Thornton. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's Stafford. And his throw is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Stafford, and he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Danielle Hunter, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
And that sack, Charles, just looked like a case where a speedy defensive end is a little bit quicker than the offensive tackle.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try and get back in the pocket and meet him there? Do you meet him on the line of scrimmage, what they call a quick set? In any event, right now, he's having his troubles.
And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Here we go on 4th. Stafford.
Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
Stafford now to throw.
Again, it's Johnson.
Touchdown! Juwan Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Falcons are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Marr on for the extra point. And this will be good. Off the right, upright, but he got a favorable bounce, and he gets it to go. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. 2nd down at 5.
Now here's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. He'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now Mahomes got to have this one. He sets to fire deep. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Off of play action, here's Stafford. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is now 24. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. Let's see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes, his throw incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mahomes going to throw.
He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Mahomes again. Going up top. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. That's over the middle and caught. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Stafford going to throw it. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT.
And the Bears are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, I don't want to take too much away from his performance throwing the football. He's got the 4 touchdown passes, but this now a 2nd interception of the ball game.
And partner, part of what's gotten him the 4 touchdowns is a certain fearlessness. But that fearlessness borders with recklessness, and the latter just occurred.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. On the move past the 40.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Mahomes now to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Throwing here, Stafford. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
On first down, Stafford here. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And they set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
One final try for Mahomes. He's going to air one out. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey,